Here we go. A 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello again, everybody. Carl Baldassarre back with another classic rock riff review. And for today, we're going to break down the song Toys in the Attic. Man, this thing is just full-on adrenaline, kind of punkish, absolutely quintessential Aerosmith rock. We're going to break it down, and to help me do that, I have with me my friend Michael Weber. Ladies and gentlemen, a killer guitar player from the Michael Weber Show. And I also have Al Rolik. Oh, he almost gave me out to dry there. Yeah. Al Rolik from the Soul of Zeppelin, longtime partner in crime of mine. We're going to bring you the riffs of Toys in the Attic. That song was released in April 8th, 1975. It was on the album, so titled, Toys in the Attic. And so let's break down the song and just give you a good old rollicking run through Toys in the Attic. Right off the bat, man, the first intro riff of this thing is, again, just pedal to the metal, and we're just going to go ahead and play it for you. Now, the thing clocks in at about 197 BPM, which is like criminally insanely fast. So we're not running this with the drummer. We're just going to run this out. We'll do it pretty fast, but we'll see where it goes, okay? All right, let's take this riff. Here we go. A 1, 2, 3, 4. That is so awesome, man. And it's really great two-guitar harmony or kind of interplay here, you know. So like the primary guitar, I think it's Whitford, right? Brad's doing this part here. And then Joe Perry's doing right? And the bass, what's the bass doing on that?
Same thing.
Same thing he's doing. Let's do it again together. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Man, that is an all-day sucker. It is, you can play it all day long. It's just so cool, man. Okay, so we're going to take this from the intro riff to get into the verse chords. And it's actually a little tricky because they're doing, some of them are pushing and some of them are on the beat, and they kind of have a variety of both. So you got to really stay awake on this thing. Here we go. Let's take a couple of the intro riffs and into the verse chords. Ready? Yeah, man. Again, the barn burner continues, right? Did you catch all those pushes on that, man? If we do it slow, it goes, let's see. Right to it here. Right? And they're doing it at such blazing speed, it's amazing they can just keep that together. It's really quite cool, especially what they were up to in the 70s. Really impressive, actually.
Might have helped.
Might have helped. Lest I forget the tag ending of that verse chord sequence where they go to the B here. So we'll play it one time through and give you the B rhythm, okay? You'll take the little rhythm part on that? Okay, all right, here we go. A 1, 2, 3, 4. We got that. Wow, very cool. All right, now we're gonna move on to the E dominant 7th kind of pull-offs riffs, and it's just a really snarly attitude to this thing. I love playing it. It's sort of uneven what they're doing. I'm checking out some of the live stuff they do, and kind of the studio stuff is just really raw and in the moment. So we're gonna kind of do that. I'm gonna grab some live figures. He's gonna do what he's gonna do, and we'll see what happens, okay? Let's see.
And the way that it mixes with Steven's voice is really unique too.
Oh yeah,
Joe's playing because Steven's singing along with it, so
yeah.
It's kind of like a whole nother element.
Well, yeah, actually, what I noticed on that too is the so the figure. We'll just give you a little preview. And Steven right there is. is singing the dominant seventh, is singing the seventh. And no, the guitars aren't doing it, but it sounds like just the way his voice is sort of honking in there that the guitars are doing a, but they're not. They're just playing the regular root position.
It has a big and unwieldy, big rock and roll, dirty sound.
It's amazing when his vocal just slots that down.
The magic of what Aerosmith is to me, and kind of like what makes that band great is kind of the epitome of what this riff is.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Let's try. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, very, very cool. So now let's try the guitar solo part where they do a bit of a key change, half step up to C. Michael's going to take the Joe Perry role here. Let's see how that one goes, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Michael.
It's a fun lick.
Nice. Dang.
It's a fun lick. There's a lot of unique stuff that's going on that Joe's playing on there. One of my favorite things is the 3s and 7s on this first lick.
Yeah.
To me, what it's kind of like,
That's cool.
It's taking that 50s rock and roll thing, it's approximating the kind of Chuck Berry early rock and roll, also coming by way of,
so he's kind of playing around a C Dom 7.
Yes, it's taking all of the swinging kind of jump blues stuff and bringing it into the rock record.
That's really cool.
The same way that 10-inch record is on this. They took a lot of that era and brought it into the modern age of the 70s at the time. So that lick is awesome. Now, going forward into the solo, there's this, and that lick is great because it's really gnarly and the whole band locks in together.
Okay,
Joey's
so
playing
now he's in kind of a minor pentatonic.
It's signature rock riff number 32 in the Mel Bay book of rock guitar licks.
Right.
It's nothing special, but the way that it's done in context is where the special part comes in. Yeah. And then it ascends into. Play it the sloppier the better to make it sound like the right.
Play that real slow for me.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
Although, for those of you watching in YouTube land, it may not be note for note correct, so don't go in the comment section and troll Carl. You can troll me. Tell me that I'm the one disclaimer.
And give them your website?
Yes, there we go. The Michael Weber Show. You find me on Instagram, Facebook, my website. Tell me that I played the solo incorrectly. But
all trolling there.
Don't tell him. But realistically, it's a great lick that ascends.
It's amazing,
and it ascends into this. Which the bend going up, and then what that leads to is probably one of the most bizarre elements of this song.
Oh yeah, man.
Which is this
Yeah.
Random key change back into the actual key. I mean, you as your master composer mode can explain why they're doing what they're doing. Explain it to us so that we understand.
I can't. All I can tell you is I can't explain why they would even dare try to do that, man. They're going at 1,000 miles an hour, and they said, let's decide to drop in a D sharp in the song for one beat. And let's go back to the tonic on beat number 2 of a measure. I mean, we're just crazy flying here. Come out of the solo, and let's actually show it, man, because it's just, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you get this lopsided measure. Let's take it from the last 2 go-arounds of the solo, okay? The C thing, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, that's a suicide if you don't hit that. When I first heard it on the recording, I thought it was a mistake. And I'm zeroing on thinking, I don't know if that's a mistake. And then I went and checked it out live, and they are actually hitting that D sharp, which is kind of a leading tone, which doesn't really belong in this song because we're all in rockland. They give you this sort of, leading tone feeling into the E. I'll tell you what, man, I salute you guys, Aerosmith, for dropping that in.
And in some ways, not to go full boomer mode on everyone right now, but there's something to be said. There's something to be said about the era pre-programmed kind of stuff, because now, if you're going to cut something, you're kind of thinking copy and paste. This is like the kind of stuff that makes records that were not ever copy and pasted because that didn't exist. It's a very unique, just weird section that has a weird abnormality. And to me, that's kind of the magic of what music can be.
A little surprise.
Weird surprises that don't necessarily make sense, and they certainly didn't understand, at least I presume they didn't understand really why, from a theoretical perspective, you would do it or not do it, but it's just fun.
Didn't matter,
to me, that's what makes great records, is those abnormalities of the human element.
It might have been just a missed hit of the E, and it sounded cool in the playback, and they started just repeating it live. I mean, that stuff happens, you know what I mean? And
maybe if anyone from Aerosmith is going to start watching the Carl Baldassarre video channel, they can fill in.
Ooh, that would be amazing.
And here's Joe Perry.
Thank you. Our big surprise.
Oh, he's not coming out the door? What?
Yeah, no, that's really cool. But, I think I like the point about it being a surprise. In fact, it's really their own little secret, because I've listened to this song since it came out, right, in 1975. I never noticed that until I had to sit down and learn this piece to play it. And then I finally heard it. I never really knew it was in there, because I never played the song. Then I heard it, thought it was a mistake. Then I listened to it, learned it, and saying, boy, that's really jacked up how you have to do that, And then I went and saw the live thing, and yeah, they're doing it live. So that's really cool. It reminds me of a quote that Sting had, where you talk about surprises. He says, if he doesn't hear a surprise in the first 7 or 8 bars, he doesn't listen to a song anymore, because he likes the element of surprise. He thinks that's what good songwriting is about, that there should be a surprise in it. So take it or leave it, but I just think it's an interesting comment.
It's fun.
Yeah. So we're going to wrap up this episode of Toys in the Attic right where we began. The opening riff is also the outro. There's a little bit of guitar work. We'll have Michael do that. And we'll kind of end the way we began, with Toys in the Attic opening riff. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Michael Weber. Michael.
Good job, Michael.
We got Al Rolik.
Al Rolik.
And we got me, but we got Billy. Reverend Billy behind the
Billy.
camera.
Come on, Billy, come on.
Billy, come on in and say hi. Take your headphones off and come on here.
Well, here's where we're going to put a photo of Billy right now on the screen.
Maybe take some video from the last show.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Right, oh yeah.
Let's give it up for Billy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Billy. All right, thank you again. I'm Carl Baldassarre. We need subscribers. Please like, subscribe, share, and we will see you all again.
Hit that like button.
Yeah, thank you, Michael. I'm just laying this down, bitch. Oh my God, I'm so great.
Keep it loose.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll just lay this down.
Here we go, right?